Hello, everybody. I didn't expect to have people hanging out in the chat. I didn't expect anybody to be in here or whatever. Ironically, if anybody just goes on live, maybe I followed the dude, but there's an axolotl named Gary, and he has a 24-hour or 24/7 live stream. I'm like, well, if I'm not gonna go live, I could at least show off Ouija just like that dude's doing. And I know somebody just left. Thank you for popping in anyhow. I appreciate that. Obviously, let me be direct. Chalupa, no tomatoes, thank you. Jenny Lynn, thank you very much. Of course, Bob, thank you for hopping in. Let's see, who else did I miss? Wow, what a name. Glorious Clitoris. What a name. Thanks for stopping by, though. Um, let's see, what's everybody talking about? What kind of conversations did y'all have? Little fish come back, yay. Hey, everybody saying hi to Bob, of course, of course. Uh, Travis doing great, and yourself. Oh, that's somebody's name. Taint Master Flex, thank you for stopping in. I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you for stopping by and commenting. Chalupa, yep, Jenny. There's Clitoris again. Boy, that's a name, y'all. That's a name right there. Clitoris. It should be Clitoris Aquatics. Throw us all for a loop. Um. So, I wasn't even sure what I was gonna talk about or whatever. I was just really curious to see if anybody would hop on. I'm gonna assume everybody follows Corey Aquarium Co-op. Maybe, maybe not. Uh, I was gonna ask y'all if you did watch his stream today. Usually I get to watch it, and then a few hours afterwards, I try to go live. Uh, I like to kind of bounce off of what he's got going on and maybe ask people, like, what do you think about the whole new membership card or whatever that he was talking about in his stream? Like, I'm excited for it. 503 Aquatics, what's up? Thank you for stopping in. I was just bringing up the fact of Corey and his live stream talking about us members. He's actually going to try to create that whole membership card thing. Get discounts, bat points, stuff like that. Everybody, this is Abby. She has to be center of attention, so I just wanted to let her get her 2 cents of attention in there. All right. Chalupa, no tomatoes. Shan. Oh, yeah, 503. But, yeah, I'm kind of stoked about that. I'm ready to see what that's about. I've been a member of his or whatever for quite some time. Corey's really the one that helped me, get in, not necessarily get into the hobby, but he has, how do I want to word it? He's been my inspiration. I, trust pretty much everything he says. I watch all of his videos and stuff. Of course, I buy plants from him. Sorry, y'all. My face is messy. I just got off of work. Like I said, 7 days this week. The only thing I could tell myself is $30 an hour, $30 an hour, because I did not want to be working. I would have rather had a stream at 6 o'clock in the evening and hopefully had, a bunch more people hop in and have some real conversations. Well, I got 3 of you in here anyhow. I do want to mention I am working on a special guest. Maybe, hopefully, I can get him lined up and set up for Sunday, this next Sunday or whatever. And got a whole bunch of questions to ask him. Got this whole questionnaire written out. I'm going to start trying to have more guests on here. Not that a lot of the big names or whatever are going to want to come be on little old Casual Aquatics channel, but, us, the fish family in this community of who we know at our level and whatnot, I think that'd be great. you know, for starts. You got to start somewhere. Uh, I don't know if I, me and my old lady are planning on hopefully moving, which will open up the floodgates to me setting up my fish room. And I know everybody who's in this hobby has a fish room, and you know they do videos on it. So of course I'll have videos to come, but that's when I'm gonna be the happiest. I feel like there are more than 3 here. Yeah, I don't understand that. It says only 3 people's watching. Can everybody hear me okay? I got a big mouth, so usually it's pretty easy to hear me, but I don't know about the internet connection. Oh, yeah, 5 people. Hello, hello. I don't know. So 503, Chalupa, Griffin, Bob, Jenny. Okay, that makes sense. That's 5 people. Thank you guys so much. Like, there's 2 people. Let's see. Well, actually 3. I think I'm kind of familiar with you, Griffin, a little bit. Please don't take offense by me saying this. I'm just like the names that I know and regularly see, and then the people that I don't know, and I want to get to know. So, like, I'm just trying to see who I don't know and who I really do know. I think I've seen Jenny before, obviously, like in Bob's chat. I gotta ask, Glorious Clitoris, how did you find Casual Aquatics? And why the name? Are you a male or a female? Griffin is trouble, just saying. Chalupa, no tomatoes. I know I've been seeing you. Griffin, that's okay. On a channel like mine, buddy, you can come stir up some trouble. It ain't like the whole world's gonna see you. I think my best live stream had like 13 people in it once. And the most views after the fact was like 80. Fishy Biz, what's up, man? I'm ready for your stream tomorrow. Hopefully, I can catch it. It's really hard to, though, because, you know, the time difference. I'm in Indiana, you're in Illinois, we're an hour apart, and you start yours at like 10 o'clock. I'm a woman, of course. Hey, I'm just saying, as a man, I'd probably make some crazy name like that on purpose if, you know, I didn't have a whole shebang going on. Bruiser CB, hello and thank you very much. I don't know where you guys are coming from. You're coming out of the woodworks. Let me get like a time zone thread going on. Like, where's everybody from? Ever since I've started my channel, I've been trying to like find the right time to try to go live. And I know it's hard because sometimes you're stepping on other people in their streams, but sometimes you just kind of got to do what you're going to do or you're never going to get in there. But I would like to make it as relevant as possible. Like, I try to do mine Sunday at 6 p.m., but maybe Sunday at 3 o'clock is better. Well, probably not 3. Corey usually goes live at 2 to, well, almost 6 o'clock. And like I said, I watch Corey and then usually go live shortly after or a couple hours after. It's 104 in Tennessee. Okay, we're on the same time zone. I'm in Oregon, so you're like 4 hours behind us. It's what? 1, so 12, 11, 10. It's like 9 o'clock there, 503. Midnight, Glasgow, Kentucky. You're like not spitting distance, Griffin, but Indiana touches Kentucky border. I do believe I'm saying that right. Maybe it's Tennessee, then Kentucky, but I know I can get to Kentucky in less than 4 hours. 10:05 here. Yeah, Missouri. Fishy Biz. I find it so cool that I randomly ran into your channel, bro, because I used to live there, man. East St. Louis, Wood River, Alton, Illinois, Cottage Hills, all those little suburb cities. That was my stomping grounds when I was a kid, man. And I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to offend. I probably should start working on not smoking in my streams. Addiction is truly blank. I also need to work on cussing. Um, but, you know, it is what it is. So if it offends somebody so much so, I won't light this cigarette. But I just walked halfway across town and came back, and yeah, I had people hanging out in my live stream, which is so cool. Bruiser CB, what kind of aquatics do you keep? That's a new name. I don't think I know you. First beer is cracking. Hope you're well, Fishy Biz. Yeah, Biz, it was crazy when you said St. Louis, East St. Louis. I'm like, what? Oh, Big Tank Hank. You're awesome, buddy. This is crazy. Is everybody just waking up, or what did everybody do for the weekend? How about that? I mean, y'all hopping in here, I'm gonna have to put that link out there, get somebody up on the screen, start showing off some tanks and stuff. This is really cool, y'all. Like, I did not expect this. I didn't think I was going live, and I couldn't go live when I wanted to because the boss says, oh, you gotta work 7 days straight, actually 13, because by next Sunday, when I hopefully get it off, it'll be 13 days straight. And like I said, all I could tell myself is $30 an hour, $30 an hour. That was my motivation today. Right. That's the truth. Uh, since there's 8 people in here, I'm gonna ask the same question. Hopefully y'all ain't annoyed, the ones that have been here from the beginning. Did y'all watch Corey's stream today? Aquarium Co-op. Are you guys members of Aquarium Co-op? And what do you think about the whole new membership and getting a membership club card and, you know, get some discounts wherever he decides to work that in and do the whole bat point program with him? I'm gonna attempt to connect my headphones, everybody, and then honestly, there's 9 people in here. If anybody wants to come up and heck, I'll do the questionnaire now on anybody that wants to be kind of a first pre-trial before I get my special guest Sunday. Oh, go back. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. 503 said she's down. All right, let me. I'm just trying to get these headphones connected. They are connected to my cell phone at the moment. Oh, that's gonna blank me out. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute the cam real quick, or the voice, so you ain't got to hear all the background noise. I'm gonna let you guys look at Ouija Mac a little bit more, if I can get it to show on him. And I'm gonna get the right headphones real quick, and then yeah, we'll try this. Thank you, everybody. 10 people in here now. This is ridiculous in a good way. Thank you so very much. Dang, you're on late. Hey, Richard. Yeah, dude, I had to work today. All right, everybody, this is a mic check. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? I'm sorry. Loud and clear? All right, thank you very much. Tank Master Flex. Well, hello. All right, everybody, I got to get my questionnaire up, pulled up. I'm going to put the invite link in the chat, and whoever wants to come up can. If y'all want to do it one at a time, that'd be cool too. However, invite. All right, everybody, the link's in the chat. Big Tank Hank, are you still in the chat with us? Yes or no? Uh-oh. Showing body parts. Got 503 hopping up here.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much for hopping in. Like I said repetitively already, I did not expect people to hop in here. I literally figured like some lurkers that were up randomly at this time at night might see Ouija the axolotl and like, I'm gonna click on this for a minute. I didn't expect to come home and see 5 people, and then it grew up to 8. We had 10 a minute ago. That's okay if people drop off. Like I said, I understand the time zones are way different, but you know, we're all part of the fish family, and when we can get in and hang out and talk and chat, what I want to do. So, yeah, that that link's there. I don't know if anybody else is wanting to pop up, or I'll just ask 503 these questions, and if y'all want to just answer in the chat, that'll work too. I'm not sure if Big Tank Hank is still in the chat, and if he is, I am gonna mute my my camera for a minute because I do want to smoke this cigarette, but I have enough respect for Hank not to sit here and smoke blatantly in front of his face. I know he don't smoke, he don't like it, he doesn't deal with it in his streams, and I don't want to offend him to the point like he don't want to be visiting my stream. So at any rate, I'm gonna shut off my camera just in case, and then if you want, I'll start asking you these questions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I just got it. All right, cam off, but you can still hear me, correct?
Correct, correct.
All righty. Okay, first question. How many, I guess that's way into it, but anyhow, how many tanks are you working with, and what are your future plans? What would you like to do, or do you have planned to do?
Okay, so right now I have three freshwater glass tanks, one freshwater experimental sterilite tote that I like really do crazy stuff with for me, and then two saltwater tanks is what I currently have. And then I'm looking to buy a house right now. And when I have the house, I want to build a fish room. And I'm looking at a subtropical fish room. So the temperatures would stay below 75, hopefully below 70, because I'm kind of building it around Frankie and he needs a cool room.
Right.
And I wanted other fish too, so I'm just looking at fish that'll live in the same temperature ranges that he's comfortable in.
All right. I with Ouija, ironically, which we kind of talked on this before, the temperature in the tank stays right around like I want to say 66 ish, which I don't know. That's kind of
Perfect.
warm. That's
No,
perfect.
yeah, anything under 70, and in my experience, anything under 70 and they're good. Anytime it
Ouija's
goes
my
up
first
over 70,
axolotl.
yeah, he's so cute.
Thank you. Okay. So or Tank Master Flex put a question up there. I'll let you go ahead and answer that one real quick if you want, and then I got this
What
next
is
one.
my favorite fish? Gosh, that's a hard one to choose. Um, I really love the ones that like intentionally enter. I can't pick my favorite fish out of all fish ever. Um, and Frankie isn't a fish, he's an amphibian, so I get to rule him out. So I love my guppies, but I think my clownfish pair are my favorite because they come up to the glass as soon as they see me. They like recognize me from other people. And I know that it's like that I've fed them into this, but it's just really cool when they start like dancing together and doing stuff in front of me. And
Right, right.
yeah.
They're very interesting. I would like once I eventually can have a salt tank, I will definitely have to get some clowns. All right, thank you. Next question should have been the first question, but however, what first piqued your interest in the hobby? What got you started?
My ex did actually. He had was into saltwater tanks, and I kind of just fell in love with his tanks, and within like a month I had taken over his tanks and was doing all of the maintenance on it. I just got hooked really fast. Like um so I've been sober for about 4 years now. Like I haven't had it, I don't drink. Um and I still needed something like an outlet. And for me, it was like driving up into nature and
Right.
really like I grew up at the foot of Mount Hood, and there's a national forest next to my hometown that I knew like the back of my hand, all the old logging roads, all the peaks and valleys, and like that was my place. And then when we had the big fires, it all burned. And I needed something to like give me some semblance of that peace that I found out in nature, and that I felt like had been taken away from me specifically. And
Right, right.
so the fish tanks really filled that void. And the cool thing with fish tanks is it isn't just like uh one part of it. It's, it's sound and researching, and like you get to get your hands in there, and it's like living artwork. I just
It's exciting.
absolutely.
Well, firstly, I want to say congratulations on sobriety. I want to apologize for your ex and all of that drama and BS. That's real crappy. Um, I can relate to, I don't know, I guess you'd call it a cross addiction, but it's a healthy one. There ain't nothing wrong with keeping fish
Uh-huh.
at all. They're peaceful, they're relaxed, and don't get me wrong. Sometimes we all get frustrated when tanks start going a little wonky, or you lose a fish or whatever. But overall, it's just a good time. It makes me feel better. When I come in every night and people say fish can't hear you, or like they don't
Oh,
really understand you or whatever. But I come in my house, like a perfect example. My old lady, she plays or interacts with the fish a little, but not a lot. They are, my fish, my hobby.
yeah.
So if she walks in, the fish literally are not all like active or whatever. But when they see me
Right.
walk in, you see all of my tanks go crazy because they know it's feeding time. I'm be sticking my hands in there, moving some stuff around. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you use this hobby to better yourself from a darker situation.
Yes.
Uh, Glorious Clitoris asked you another question. I'll let you go ahead and answer that one.
If I had to pick between freshwater or saltwater, which would I pick? Well, luckily I don't have to, but if I did have to, I would pick saltwater because um it's so much less expensive.
Hi,
Like
Adele.
equipment setup wise, all of that. But saltwater is like you get to have it's like I feel like it's kind of like they're both so awesome. Like I try and be like, well, saltwater is great for this. Well, but so's freshwater. I think the big difference to me is price point and ease of entry into the hobby. I would definitely recommend people for their first tanks get a freshwater tank because the learning curve is a little bit uh easier.
Right. I'm going to answer it even though it wasn't for me. Personally, I would have to say fresh because, like, my favorite fish, and I still have yet to get one, and I won't get it until I can properly home it, is a red-tailed catfish. I love big
Oh
monster
yes.
fish. I will say that I do want a salt tank because salt fish or saltwater fish can be more pretty or vibrant with their colors and stuff, whereas fresh, don't get me wrong, there's some pretty fish, but like the vibrance maybe ain't quite the same. So that's
Yeah.
my whole outlook on salt and fresh. Plus, as you said, like I've heard people like salt is a little trickier to get into at first, but then I have heard
Right.
afterwards salt is easier to maintain than a freshwater tank.
Well,
I don't know if that's
yeah.
true. The only salt I've ventured with so far is my freshwater eel, which is brackish.
Yeah. I don't know if it's easier to maintain. I think that any tank
Don't you
once
like
it
do
gets
less water
going.
changes and pretty much once you got it going, it pretty much runs itself overall? Whereas freshwater,
Um
you got to watch it a little more and I don't know. That's what I mean. I can't even truly answer that question because I haven't ventured into salt.
Well, my tanks, I don't have to do water changes on nearly as often, but they were so, I don't know how else to describe it, but spicy. Like they would ammonia bomb, like, because you get big snails, big crab, like big shrimp, whatever. Like I had my saltwater tanks go toxic and everything die on multiple occasions. I've never had that happen with a freshwater tank. And I've
Right.
just like those tanks have been running. I've had them for over a year. He had them for like 2 years, and they are just now settling in. And I have to move them, which is going to like throw everything off again. So, yeah, they're easier in that you don't have to do water changes, but it's always like I have killed so much livestock in saltwater tanks compared to freshwater tanks.
Fair enough. All right, next question, which I think you kind of, with the last two questions, answered this, but it's on the list, so dang it, I'm going to say it. What's your favorite part of fish keeping? I'm going to answer mine first, and then you can answer whatever. I would say,
Yeah,
like, it's rewarding. Like, after you put in all of that effort and hard work, perfect example, my two Oscars, Lady and Tramp. The only reason I got them is because of Facebook Marketplace. I wanted tanks. I didn't even know I wanted Oscars yet. And this dude was selling this 47 bow front and a 55-gallon for like $100. Stands and everything. I'm like, man, that's a deal. And he's like, but the only catch is you got to
you
take
got to
all the
take the
fish.
fish.
Right. And I'm like, what fish is in it? And at first he started listing some Corridoras and whatever in the bow front. And then got to the 55. And he's like, well, I got two full grown Oscars and a 10-inch Pleco. I'm like, no way. But I had no choice, so I took them. Well, as soon as I posted on Facebook, because I didn't know no better, everybody, of
Oh
course,
boy.
oh my God, you need a bigger tank. They need da 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 75 gallons apiece. Da 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 da.
They
So
need an
what did I?
ocean.
Right. So what did I do? I went out and got a 135-gallon tank within a month. Now my whole point is rewarding. As soon as I put them in there, you've seen them perk up. You've seen a difference in their personality. They instantly laid eggs. Rather that was coincidence or not, that was a reward. Like seeing, like you can literally see your fish is happier when you do something right, and you just put a plant in your tank, and then 3 weeks later you see some actual growth. Like that would be my answer. It's rewarding. I'm sorry, I just rambled. That's question is what is your favorite part of fish keeping?
That is what you said though is such a great answer. The interaction with fish are, and your tank, like the plants in it, the substrate, like I'm interacting with that all the time. It keeps my hands busy, it keeps my head busy, it keeps my heart full. Like it's just real good stuff.
All right. Next question. Over the years, who have you looked up to or admired as a fish keeper? And even if you've only been in the hobby a year or longer, like me, I would say Corey, John from KG Tropicals. And now that I've kind of got into the fish family on YouTube, there's a couple of you fellas on here that I really value your opinion in it. But who's your inspiration, or who do you follow or look up to in the hobby?
Oh gosh, I love, like, initially it was Aquarium Co-op and He Who Shall Not Be Named. And then it's all of like us fish tubers because it's like I learn through conversation. So I have learned so much from Bob, from Travis, from Griffin, from Skipper, from you, like everybody sharing their experience, sharing their passion. Like it's inspiring. It's it, it's so good. I I like all of the, especially the hobbyists that get up onto this platform and share what they know, what they don't know, what they're trying to do, what worked, what didn't work, why, like what made you go to that decision? What process did you go through mentally to know to guess that that was the issue? Like we don't
Right,
a
right.
lot of times
Trials and
on
tribulations.
well, and a lot of times on those videos, like you get, here's what you need to do. It's like just answer. I need the whole conversation behind it. And we find that yeah. Oh, I can't stand that
Alrighty.
guy. That Joey guy is such a turkey.
Ah, I ain't gonna lie, Joey. I started following him. I don't know that I necessarily. And sorry, Richard, but I don't know if I necessarily look up to him per se. The guy is knowledgeable, and I need to know how to build a 1,500-gallon tank, and he's known for that very type of thing. So
Yeah.
his personal uh, fish keeping is not what I follow him for. I strictly follow him for the dye build aspect of it. I can sit
Yeah.
and watch Corey's videos after they've done aired over and
Yeah.
over and over. I cannot do that with Joey. It's not. I watch what I need to. I will watch his new ones if they come out, and I'm able to check it out a little bit if nothing else is going on. But yeah, he's. I don't know. I'm indifferent there. I agree with you. No
The
offense,
thing I
Richard.
love so much about this hobby is how, especially the community on YouTube, right, is like how much we come together and support each other and like look out for each other. And it's not like about me being the biggest and baddest. It's about like we all show up here to the table and have a chance to participate in a conversation about something we love. And so when somebody comes in and tries to act like they're the boss of everything, a little I get a little fired up.
That's right, and that's me too because like in a way, like obviously I'm new, at least on
Yeah.
platform. Some of y'all in this chat right now have been on YouTube in the fish family, hanging out, knowing each other for years or whatever, maybe at least a year or longer, or maybe a little less. And I have been like on YouTube and actually like really doing it for a little under a year, and I'm just slowly like learning some of the people. Like I don't know, I probably only stumbled across Bob 6 months ago. I didn't know who he was, but through word of mouth, fish family. I think probably I'm gonna give Cooper Aquatics a shout here. I think he really helped me out by saying, "Hey, you should go check out this person, and you should go check out this person." And I did, and I found out that we were on the same level. Where I liked their methods. They didn't have an ego. Like I look at Bob as like a father time type thing. Sorry, Bob, but you're older. You've been in the hobby for some years. You have plenty of experience. Like I don't think you would intentionally steer anybody wrong. You. I'm sorry. I should be looking at the camera. That's what I mean. That shows I'm a noob. Professionals be right here, all in it, like making sure they look pretty and stuff. Nah, I'm not there yet. I'm sorry, but at any rate, like Bob, you have knowledge. I don't think you would ever give bad advice intentionally or whatever. So that's that's what I mean. I started rambling and lost train of thought, but
Well,
I
if
don't
I
even
had
know
to
what I.
recommend anybody to the new aquarium keeper, I would absolutely send them towards the Kingslayer, Alex from The Secret History Living Inside Your Aquarium, because his videos, like, it's really easy to miss how much information is available to you about the fish in
Hi,
your
Chubb.
tank if you dig a little deeper. And I feel like his channel, so much of it's already been done for you, but it inspires me to like really ask ask more questions. Like, why do we keep aquariums? Where did aquariums start? How did they make it work back before all of the internet
Right.
and the cool stuff we got? Like, it gets my mind going, and I love that.
Right, that's what I was saying. Like, aside from, some of the higher up names that I mentioned, that like Corey, I call him the Nerm Goat. He created the whole hashtag Nerm, but I say Goat, greatest of
Yeah.
all time, and that's what I will call him because he really knows his stuff. He really tries to be helpful. He ain't big headed, even though he has this
Yeah,
tongue and
he's
everything. So
humble.
he's worth watching. Humble, there you go. Whereas some of the other people past 1,000 subs, they don't want nothing to do with you. They don't want to talk to you, or they feel above. I hope I
They got all
never
big
get
headed.
that point. Right, right. Yes, Joey, it's definitely compensating, little man syndrome.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, ma'am. I heard he's
I'm
like
just
5 feet tall too.
who Corey or
Joey.
Joey?
No,
Yeah,
Corey's a
yeah.
big guy.
Right, right. I think he is like 5'2" or something.
He kind of acts like he's upset about something all the time. Maybe that's it.
Right, just like irritated or I don't know, overworked. I'm not gonna dog the guy. Not that he'll ever watch Little O Casual Aquatics, but like I said, Joey, if you ever watch this live stream, which I know you won't, you are really good at what you do as far as building tanks. I just don't watch you for fish information, if that's fair.
Yeah, it's just your personality that's a real problem. But like
All
upside
right,
is you can
next.
fix that.
Oh, go ahead. Right.
Oh, you're
All right,
good.
next question. If you could make one single change in the hobby, what would it be and why?
I don't know if this is a change, but what I'd like to spread is like the sense of community that I found on here, like the humble, open-minded desire to learn about fish. Like the understanding, I think if I could change any one thing, it would be that everybody in fish keeping could understand that what works in your tank might not work in my tank, that our tanks are not the
Okay.
same. I have a different size tank, I have different water movement, I have different substrate, I have different plants, I have different lights, I have different animals. So, like, getting when I say I'm doing something a certain kind of way, that like just because it's different than how you do it doesn't make it wrong. Like, I've obviously caught on to something you aren't catching or can't understand with your current water parameters, but it's still really valuable information to know. So, like, yeah, just everybody kind of really understanding those differences.
I completely agree. I done a video post that it didn't get a whole lot of views, and I really don't care either way. But it was what one, and yeah, if you want to answer this as a question too, go ahead. I'm just throwing it out there. But at any rate, it was the one that said, "What one quote changed the way you think in life or whatever, look at life." And ironically, I applied it to, so what quote changed the way you think in the hobby? And I've just always thought this way to get into the hobby. But I quoted Mother Nature off of the show Absurd Planet. Just because it's weird, don't make it worthy. Just because it doesn't work for you or you don't like it or something, don't mean it won't work for somebody else, and that might
Yeah.
be their favorite fish or favorite way to do things. And I agree with what you said. No two tanks are the same. Rather, my tank and your tank, or if I have the same tank set up side by side,
Yeah.
my guess is one of those
Yep.
tanks are going to be a little different. Something in there, the
Exactly.
ecosystem, however, there's going to be something a little different. So, yeah. All right. Sorry, I see on my phone, so that's why you see me keep pulling it up. Uh, okay, this is a good one, a really good one, I think. What advice would you give to someone who is starting out in the hobby?
Don't buy fish for like a month. Get your tank set up, get all of that going. Start like, let it, especially because if you're brand new, like you don't have any seasoned media, you don't have any of that stuff to start with. So going really slow, having that outlook from the outset is what I would try and press upon somebody. Although I am terrible because I never take my own advice. So, but don't do what I did. Go slow.
Right. I wish, yeah, somebody told me to have a lot of patience and to get a sponge filter. And
Yes,
why I say
sponge
that is
filters.
because sponges are very, very reliable. They're really good at doing their job. If you lose power, it can still hold a little oxygen and stuff or whatever the thing is. I might be wording that a little
Yep.
wrong, but like, and for like seeding new tanks, if you're gonna start a new tank to jump start it, it's so easy to just pull that out and squeeze it into your new tank and get all that BB dropping into the new tank. They take up less space. You're less likely to have leaks with them. I've went through so many hobs in my little tenure in this hobby. Only
Oh
recently,
yeah.
like this last Black Friday, did I join the canister gang, and that was only because it made it affordable. So I
Right.
probably wouldn't tell them get a canister right away, but get a sponge
No.
filter for your tank.
Yes. Canister filters, like you really got to know what you're doing. Like you need to, yeah. Yeah. Like just replacing seals, understanding what's happening in there. Like there there's a lot. I've never had a canister filter. I don't know that I would. I think I'd rather build a sump first.
Right. That's going to be my next project. In fact, I got materials for it. I just can't set it up in the house I'm currently in.
Oh, yep.
Next question. Well, this one you kind of already answered. So far, what has been your favorite fish to keep? And
Well,
I don't
my
know if you could
favorite
say.
to keep is guppies for sure because they make
And why is
babies.
that? Yeah.
Yep. And they're beautiful, and I can like cross them and come up with new stuff. Like if I wanted to, I could do a whole line. Like I love my clownfish, but breeding them, ugh, so ridiculous. The amount of like you have to basically pull them from the tanks, and they bite me. Like if I get my hand in the tank, they will bite me. They're
Your guppies do?
no, my clownfish will bite me. The
Wow,
guppies
wow,
don't bite
sorry.
me.
I'm
The
like,
guppies are
what?
amazing.
Right. I
Like,
like I stick my hand in this tank and I can just leave it there. And I got guppies. I got some fish in there that shouldn't be in there. This is my misfit tank, and I'm sorry it looks messy as shit. But like this tank, I can stick my hand in there, and even the blood parrot, the acara, none of them even like they'll come up to my hand, but they don't even try nipping. Of course, my loaches will swim through my fingers. Now my big cichlid tank, it just depends if there's babies in there or not, of course. Like Tramp, my Oscar, the male, he'll let me pet him. That's cool.
that's
But lady,
hilarious.
she is not so. She ain't a lady for one. I mean, she's a lady, but she ain't no lady by her attitude. Like, I
Yeah.
think I've got to pet her once. So, yeah. So weird. Paradigms that spawn every couple weeks. Whoa.
Well, you can get them to spawn in the display tank. I just don't know how to like effectively raise up fry in a display tank. So, uh, my goal was to have a separate saltwater tank set up to put them in to spawn and then pull them back out, put them back in the display tank, and then those fry can be raised in the display tank. But you have to have like rotifers and stuff to feed them when they first hatch, and you have like basically you have to take like 2 weeks off work to raise these little suckers because
I
they
did.
high maintenance.
Sorry. Adele, I did not know if that's what you were meaning or not. I will keep that in mind. COC has some awesome guppies.
Yes, she does.
Yes, I
And
have
she
been
keeps
watching
all of
her
hers in a
short
little
updates.
5-gallon tank.
Uh, I don't know if you. I mean, have, do you keep cichlids at all?
I don't, but I probably uh yeah, no, I don't. I was thinking of something else just now.
Is that something that interests you, or you're not into cichlids per se? You like others, or
I
no right or
don't know
wrong?
much. Yeah, I don't know much about cichlids. I think they're cool, but they haven't been really my go-to for where I want to go next. Also, they're like not subtropical. All of the fish that I'm like wanting to keep right now, um, except for the guppies and the saltwater tanks, will be able to go cool. So I am fairly single-minded. When I get on something, I'm like a dog with a bone. I don't let go.
Yeah, I originally catfish. That's my thing. I like catfish. And then when I just acquired the Oscars, I started doing my research on cichlids, and I found out that African cichlids and South American cichlids get large, they get aggressive, they have personalities, and more or less they're like a puppy dog that is an asshole sometimes. And sorry for the language, but at any rate, I like that. So when I go to pet stores and I'm looking for a fish, I look for that said fish in the tank, picking on everybody else. I'm like, yeah, you might be able to make it in my tank, because soft fish just don't make it, and then it makes me have to set up another tank.
Yeah, need them to be hard in these streets.
Right, right. Um, Next question here. Here's the text. Oh, okay. What hobbies are and interests do you have outside of the tropical fish industry? Are you into anything else?
Um, I like nature a lot. I go to the beach a lot. I like poking around, finding creeks and looking at stuff. I like to work. I work a lot. Um, and I love hanging out with my kiddo. He's 15, so there's not as many things as we do together. But we like playing video games. So on Xbox, I play Sea of Thieves. I'm fairly mediocre. It's the only
Yeah.
game I really know how to play.
I need to get that gamer tag. I play Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, the trick with Sea of Thieves is to not play with people on computers. Xbox only server. Because otherwise they come on and it's just like, oh, I'm dead. Both on.
Right.
That was quick.
Me personally, yeah, anything outdoors. Not that I get to do it a lot because I work 6 days a week, but if I do get free time, I like to recreationally go fishing.
Yeah.
I like anything camping, riding horses. Where I live, about 20 minutes away, you can go pay, I don't know, $75 and ride for like 4 hours on trails and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that. So
awesome.
that's really cool. I always like dogs. Obviously, y'all have seen my animals pop in and out of my videos and stuff occasionally. Um, I don't know. I used to write poetry, and I know I'm gonna get some remarks for that. And I would honestly like to get back into that. got a lot of
You
demons in my head
should.
too that I fight, and I want to do one about the tropical fish, hobby, but I don't want it to be rushed. So in due time, y'all might see a video that's literally just a slideshow of a poem. We'll see.
That would be cool.
Um,
I would like that.
and then yeah, that's I'm pretty lame from there. Listen to music and hang out on YouTube. So
Also,
that's
I
my
really enjoy napping. Naps are a super good
napping.
hobby.
As you get older, as a kid, you hate them, but then when you get
Oh,
older, you realize, like, man, that's a good idea.
like the best ever.
Oh my god, I think I'd rather go sit on the washing machine on spin cycle. What am I missing in the conversation?
I don't know.
how
What
many
are this?
plant? How many planted tanks do you have, or how many tanks with plants in them do you have?
Well, they all have plants in them, but I've been kind of weak sauce on the planting. They're all floaters. Anacharis, pothos, guppy grass, and the Anubias, but that's just tied to a rock thing. So
Yeah.
I have the plants in my aquariums, but no planted aquariums. And I just need to work on that.
I I have two tanks that I truly try to have plants in. My community tank, or my misfit community tank as I call it, because none of the fish in there, even cichlids surprisingly, mess with the plants. But I've battled this tank like no tomorrow with BB, and I need to get some filter floss in there and be able to properly pull it day for day until I get all that floating BB out of there. Whatever, which BB shouldn't kill my plants.
Pulled
Ultimately, I
out.
went on Christmas break. Right, I went on a Christmas break, and lights were left on, and it wrecked it, and now I've been fighting to get it back together. And then I just recently got Ouija the axolotl. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to put plants in here. I don't know how well it will work. And surprisingly, that's becoming my proud planted tank. Like when
Oh
the
yeah.
glass is clean, that tank looks pretty. And I got like some mondo grass in there. That's not even a tropical plant. I asked Corey about it. He said, yeah, I've seen people do it. It'll only last for 6 months. But hey, that's good for me. Ouija likes hiding in that stuff and just resting on it. And then, of course, I got some hornwort, different mosses, job moss, and water sprite. And I think I even got an AR, it's that red looking plant in there or whatever. So I'm definitely
That's really
trying
cool.
pushing for plants, even though like the whole controversy with axolotls and you're not supposed to have substrate and you're not. And I'm just taking it a day at a time. I swear, everybody, if I see him a mouthful of dirt, then I'll empty it. But like he's a
Well,
smart
and
little dude.
the other thing you can do is do little potted plants in there if you want to. You could do a deep sand cap over it because sand is fine in there. Like, yeah, rules are made to be
I,
broken.
wow, I'm sorry. Their conversation is great conversation, y'all. Do you need a private chat?
They might. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Hey, S.
Ed, what's up, man? Did you watch Corey's stream today? Aquarium Co-op. Glorious
I
clitoris.
normally.
I, sorry. uh,
Oh, you're
I
good.
almost want you to come up on screen just so we can see who you are, because that's one hell of a name. Sorry, go ahead and continue what you were saying.
Oh, I think I was. I don't. I don't remember. I think I was making a comment on something I saw in the chat, but now it's gone past it, and I'm like, I don't know what it was.
S, what do you think of his new membership club cards and the discount and the whole BAP system? Is that something you're excited about? Are you one of his members? See, Bob, thank you, thank you, thank you. This whole time that I have had him, and before I had him, I done research. And next, 503 Aquatics had mentioned Frankie's Aquatics, and I looked the dude up, and I follow him, and I watch his videos and stuff. And I mean, and a lot of his, they're just bare bottom. But that's my question too. Axolotls come from murky, muddy Mexican river or whatever. Like, they had dirt in their natural habitat, so how is that bad? Now I get it. Fake, artificial gravel and substrate, don't bother with it. But why not? Why can't we have some sand and dirt? And
Sand and dirt are just fine.
Right, see, I kind of look at myself as the rebel on that, or maybe I'm trying to learn a new thing. Not that I'm going to, create something, but, like, obviously, if I watch Ouija, I keep him in the setup that he's in, and he lives, and he grows, and he becomes adult, and he's still living, then I done something right, or he done something right. I just watched, like, I do not know who made that rule or said it. I think it should be more direct. Like, again, I do agree that, they can swallow little gravel or whatever, perhaps, and it could block them up. They can't pass that. But as far as sand and dirt, it breaks down to dust practically. Like, I'm sure it might not be too comfortable to digest, but I'm sure it will create a turd to put,
The only reason why I have a bare bottom in Frankie's tank is because he poops so much, and I don't want to suck up half my substrate. So it's just a lot easier to keep the poop all cleaned up if the bottom's clean. I just clean up everything off of there, and I have double sponge filters in there when one should be enough, just because I don't have substrate, and it's going good, and I save a lot of time cleaning the tank. But I don't think that
I got a sponge filter as well, and I got that little flue ball hob filter or whatever on the side. I really want to take the hob off and maybe get another sponge. Maybe not. Again, it is working, so why mess up something that is working?
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so hard not to. Like, I love messing with stuff that's working. I can break anything, especially my, best work. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do one more thing.
And right, bare bottom obviously is a lot easier for your poo cleaning. Maybe I'm not doing something right there. Not that I don't do water changes on my tanks, people. I do water changes on his tank, on all of my tanks. Not all the time. I'm one of those believers that if your tank's cycled and everything's going good, you can do water top off and it'd be okay. Maybe that's wrong, maybe that's not. But at any rate, poop is fertilizer. Now I know that too much can create ammonia and spikes and stuff like that, and you want your fish or amphibians or whatever to be, in the best home possible. But I don't know. I just kind of, when I do, lightly gravel back just above the substrate or whatever, because that dirt, it will kick up and get all murky and stuff like that. But my point is, when I test my tanks, everything's right. Parameters are good. Nothing's spiked out of control or whatever. So I don't gravel back on the axolotl tank probably as much as I should, and I will admit that.
Well, and you're fine doing that for now, especially if it's planted. But as he gets older, they're like dog turds in your fish tank. They are large poops on the daily. So either get a really big tank for them, or the turkey baster trick. I have this tiny little siphon fin that I can use to like pinpoint pick up his little poops, because you want to try and get them while they're still whole. Otherwise, if he steps on them, it's like poop fetty all over everywhere.
Right. And I don't want to brush his little life away, but I'm so ready for him to get big.
Oh, it'll have like 6 months.
Oh yeah,
It'll
I've
be,
already seen him growth in
yeah,
him, like probably not quite an inch, maybe like a half inch on his tail, and his
it
little
is
limbs are
crazy
getting more
fast.
predominant. Like they're really looking like
Yep.
little paws or whatever you want to call them.
It's
So
so
yeah, that's
exciting getting to watch them grow like that.
right. That's another for that question. Rewarding, like watching them grow, watching them breed. Like I done that. Well, they done that, but I
Yeah.
done something right that they felt comfortable to do that. You know, I keep them well
Yes.
fed. Their parameters are on point. They have plenty of space. They don't feel threatened or endangered with whoever their tank mates are. So hey, let's have babies. That's cool.
Yeah.
I have successfully now, I shouldn't even word it successfully. I have dumb luck, and I have bred I think five different types of fish now. I had my Oscars breed. I have had convicts breed. I've had my rainbow cichlids breed. I have, what else? Maybe
I need
not. Maybe it
apple
was
snails.
those three, but they have all bred multiple times now, or at least laid eggs, and successfully raised my Oscar babies. Sold all of them but one, and now I still have that one. Apple snails? What?
Yeah,
Well,
Bob's saying the apple snails eat his axolotl's poops. And that sounds like
oh my
heaven.
God! Thank you, Bob. You're hitting home, buddy. That's another thing too. The whole snails and the tank thing with axolotls. Now I have tried to remove some of the ram's horn snails because I feel like they're pests and maybe they really are drawn to his slime coat type thing. Because when you see him move, if he's sitting somewhere a while, maybe I just assume this, but I swear like they might navigate towards him. As far as like mystery snails, they just do their own thing. And obviously, if anybody of you have seen my video, I probably broke the rules there and probably have a lot of people mad at me. But I keep mystery snails with my cichlids, and it works. And people are
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, your cichlids aren't tearing up your snails or killing them." And they're like, "Oh, just wait, just wait. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when." Well, I'm here to tell you, y'all. I've had mystery snails in every full one of my tanks now, aside from my saltwater tank, for like 8 months. And not to my knowledge have I lost mystery snails. To my knowledge, I have lost ramhorn snails because my golden dojo loaches will like slurp out of their shell. So I learned I can't put them in there. But rabbit snails, mystery snails, they've lived this far. And if the question is, well, maybe your axolotl will try to eat one and choke. I've literally seen him, like one start to go by him, and he like shakes his head and then just moseys along. He don't even pay it no mind. There's like a colony of ghost shrimp in that tank. He doesn't even eat them, or not to my knowledge, does he eat them yet. I have baby guppies in there. Sorry, Adele, you're gonna not like that one. But he doesn't eat them. He doesn't eat the mom, the adult guppy either. Now, at some point, I'm sure when he gets bigger, he'll grow an appetite, and if I'm not keeping him well fed, it might happen. And once I move, again, everybody, I'm hoping to move and start Capital Aquatics Real Fish Room. And when I do that, then I'll set up a million tanks. Like, I don't know, I think Bob, he has like 50 or 60 tanks, is what I think I heard him say in one of his streams. That's going to be me, but they're not going to be 10 and 20 and 30 and 40. I mean, some 40 gallons and stuff. No, I want big tanks. If I fill my house with 55s and bigger, I'll be the happiest man alive. I want to build a 1,500-gallon tank. I got my 300-gallon pond to set up. I just scored a 170-gallon regular tank for $50, and it did leak, so I'm just going to use that glass piece for my 1500 build once I move. Like, I got that piece of glass for $50. That's like an awesome score. So, yeah, at any rate, I'm going to have a bunch of tanks and go crazy.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And I'm going to post it. I don't know if people are going to watch it. That's what I mean. I was going to ask everybody if when I moved, I was going to create a short video, and I'll probably still do it. I might have some new subs at that point. And I was literally going to ask, I don't want to bore you guys, to what extent of interest can I hold your honest attention? Not you being like, oh, that's casual, I got to give him some support. Or not just, oh, I clicked, oh, I'm clicking off. So, like, my point is the content, like, I could do my fish room in a million shorts. Take 1, take 2. I could solely do my fish room build on live stream. Put you guys on live stream, like, right now. Put the name iPod or phone, whatever I'm using, up on its stand and be talking to you guys while I'm doing it. Or, you know, long-form content videos. Or short, long-form, like 3-minute videos or 20-minute videos. And I try to ask myself what I enjoy watching when I'm trying to watch those kind of videos, you know. Would I watch my own video for that long? And I'm gonna be honest, some of them, probably not. So I don't blame some of you for clicking off at 38% or whatever it is. I'm new, and the whole goal, sure, getting monetized would be great, but that's not my goal. I could care less. I'm at like 800 subs, and that can stop right there. I promise I'm still going to share videos, so this is what I enjoy. This is what I do. But at any rate, that was going to be the question, and I have 14 people in here, so I mean, might as well have threw it out there. But when the day comes, hopefully in the very near future, when I like finalize on maybe getting this house, then you're going to see a whole new type of casual aquatics, y'all. I'm going to be trying to reach out to some of my admins in a Facebook group. There's one guy in particular. He's attended a couple of my streams. His name is Calvin. I believe he has the channel Calvin's Fishy Family or something like that. I might be saying it wrong. He's really good people. I respect his opinion. And I told him I'm going to pay him to drive 3 hours to come help me build that 1,500-gallon tank. And he's always telling me not before he gets to build his. But Calvin, buddy, it might be sooner than later. So, yeah. Again, I'm
so
rambling.
excited.
Sorry.
No, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what you do. I'm with Chubbs. Can't wait to
Bob,
see what you do.
thank you very much. I feel like I get over hyper, you know, like over anxious, like I'm trying too hard. Like I want to appease people to the extent of not changing who I am. Like, this is me.
Yeah.
I'm a misfit. I'm a juggalo. I'm an outcast. That's how I grew up. You know, that was my lifestyle. I don't want no empathy, sympathy. I'm just saying that's kind of my bio, my background, roughneck, misfit. That's how I was raised, and maybe that's why I like those asshole fish, you know. So that's that kind of no such thing, Chubbs Aquatics. Well, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. Also, I hope I don't annoy you guys, but that's just me too, friend. That's how I address most people until I really get to know you. I've seen you in a couple streams, whether it's been my stream or somebody else's stream. I just call you friend until I know you. And if you pop up in my stream enough, you'll automatically become a mod because, there, again, it ain't no competition. I do want people that know the hobby. I don't want to just mod anybody just because they attend. I do want you to have some knowledge in the hobby. But otherwise, you're showing sport. You got your own channel. You're still popping in saying, hey, hitting that like button. I come check out your channels. Why not be a mod for Casual Aquatics? And if that's the case, if y'all want to be mods, let me know. Obviously, I will be able to pick out who has actually showed up in my streams and who hasn't, and like I know who I don't know. Not to say that if I don't know you, I won't make you a mod, or if I don't know you, I'll start working. I'll check out your channel for a little while, see what you got posted, see what you're doing, what you got going on, and then if I start seeing you keep popping up in my streams, then why not? Chubbs Aquatics, I'm the worst mod ever. Don't mod me. Chubbs, I've been thinking of modding you if you're not already modded. I know Bob, Richard, I believe, 503. I think those are the only people in here. S, if he's still in here, I think I made him a mod. Muppets, I think I tried to make a mod. Those are some of my regulars. Richard, he automatically, because he's one of my admins, and he's been in like all of my streams from the beginning, rather just talking in the chat or up on the screen. Chubbs is a troublemaker too. Well, that's what they say about you, Griffin. So, what do I do there? Griffin. Somebody left. Oh my God, Clitoris left. Bye. Thank you for stopping in. Oh. That was interesting. So, 13 people watching.
Whoop whoop!
I don't
It's
know.
popping.
Right, right. Everybody just randomly, like, what's your favorite fish? If you hadn't already answered that question, and why is it your favorite fish? Obviously, I've said mine. Mine would be a red-tailed cat. Why? I've always liked catfish. I like that they're hardy fish. They get big. Here's another thing that people don't like. They eat live food like a boss, man. They
Yeah.
they tear up some stuff, and to me, that's kind of exciting. I know to some people like, oh no, and agree to disagree on that one. I
Fish
also,
gotta eat.
just going fishing my whole life. I like channel cat. I'll eat catfish. Some people are like, how do you keep fish and eat fish? No, that's just a thing. Sorry. I would not eat any fish that is my pet. I know people eat Oscars. You won't catch me ever eat an Oscar. And I would never eat a red-tailed cat either. But I just like their color and their design, and they're just really neat, and they can have a personality too. So that's my favorite fish and why. Oscars are my all-time fave. I love the personality and intelligence they have. I'm telling you, Lady and Tramp will come by name. Not always, but sometimes. I just go open that top and be like, Lady, Tramp. And I know they probably think they're going to get food, but nonetheless, they'll come. Again, for respect, I'm going to mute this cam.
Oh, Griffin said White Cloud Mountain minnows. I love them. They're so cool.
So I have not kept them. I've seen them a little bit, and I've kept rosy red minnows.
Yeah.
Again, those were technically feeders, but then I kept a few in my community tank because they were cool little dudes, actually. Griffin, why do you like White Cloud Mountain minnows?
Bob says Severums. I don't know much about
Yes.
them.
Yes, I have a little baby Severum that seems like he will never grow up in my 47-gallon tank. Bob, does Severums take forever to grow, man? Because I've had this dude 6 months, and he's maybe grown, I don't know. I almost want to use centimeters, man, like a very small amount.
Very, very slowly.
However, I agree with Bob. I think I would like to at some point get some Severums because I've heard them referred to as the poor man's discus. and that's the truth. They get big and colorful, but they don't cost you $120 or $200 because some of the discus aren't cheap.
Ooh, S said plecos. I love plecos. I have a little
S,
albino bristle nose.
yes, I got a couple of them along with chocolates, but I'm not gonna let S take the easy way out. What kind of pleco? That is too broad, my friend. You got to give me at least one. You can say there's a bunch, and I could list about 5 top favorites, including my rhino pleco I got. But you can't just say plecos. You got to give me a kind, a type, a subspecies, an L number, something.
Oh, did you see Chubbs? He said
Electric
electronic.
blue. Wait, what? Go ahead. Is that the comment you're talking about right there?
Yes.
Electric Blue Jack Dempsey and T Peacock Bass. So I know that T stands for what, like Tarzan? I can't say it. I murder
I don't
scientific
know.
name. But I could agree. If and when I can set up a home for red-tailed cat, I could get me peacock bass because those dudes get big and they're like ferocious. Like they got some velocity and some spunk to them. So that's a good one, Chubbs. They are a care species and easy to care for in my water. Griffin, do you have soft water or hard water?
I think Griffin has hard water, but I can't remember for sure. Adele says I love Corey cats. Ooh.
Yes, and I can agree. I got like, I don't know, probably 8 different ones in this 47-gallon community tank. I got a peppered, got some albinos. I think got a couple of stir-bys. Um, yeah, that's probably. I would like to get some of those orange. Sorry, I can't say orange. Correct? Orange. Corey's the Venezuela or whatever they're called.
Venezuela.
They look really cool, but they're quite costly, and I don't know if I'm ready to spend that money on a Corey yet.
Yeah. Jenny Lynn says I don't have one favorite. Sparkling gouramis, interactive and personalities. The sparkling gouramis are so pretty.
Now, which ones
And they
are
don't
the
get
sparkling?
huge.
Because I got a 3 spot, and he's gonna get, I think, like 5 to 6 inches, and then that's where he kind of caps out. I know the giant gouramis get huge, and I'm not sure what a sparkling gourami is. Like I know I had a blue dwarf gourami once. Are they kind of like those?
Yes, I believe so. I just was watching something about them and I want to say they're like 2 to 3 inches, but I don't really know. Somebody in the chat will know how big they get. I think they're
Bob said
smaller though.
Adele. That's quite a jump from guppies. And I'm guessing he's talking about the I want a mangrove jack. Is that a type of
Yeah,
Jack Dempsey?
I'm guessing it is, or she could be saying she wants a mangrove plant and calling somebody
Oh,
Jack.
oh,
I'm pretty
okay,
sure
yeah.
that's not it. I want a mangrove Jack.
Yes, panda loaches. Richard, you're the one that told me about those, man. And I started trying to look them up as soon as you told me about it. Because I think you said something about you had one that would, like, come rest on your hand or something. And, yeah, that I looked them up and they're actually pretty cool. I think at one point Dan's Fish, I'm sure everybody knows who Dan's Fish is. he had them, but they were a little pricey along with the shipping, and it just was too steep for my wallet at the time, so I backed out of it. But that's a whole nother fish I could talk about. I got loaches. I love my panda loaches, or not panda loaches, Jesus, my clown loaches. I know what I started to say, pandagaras. I don't know what you would consider them. They're not really a loach. They're not a pleco. They're kind of their own thing. But and I love my dojos and weather loaches because they'll like literally swim through your fingers. And kaluis, they are so cool. I love their colors. I got about 5 of them. I used to have 10, and a bunch died. I'm not sure why, and I've been waiting for Aquahuna to get more so I could get more. I love me some kaluis. She
Oh
said
my
mangrove
gosh.
jack like a goldfish on steroids with big teeth. I'm
That
gonna have
sounds
to
freaking
Google that.
terrifying.
So it's a cichlid, Adele, or is it its own like category, like an exotic, or I
It's
don't
a
know.
monster.
Do you know its like its housing needs? Like what size tank does it need and stuff like that? Tank mates?
One large
Oh, here we
pond.
go. She gave us a mangrove red snapper, also known as mangrove jack, gray snapper, creek red bean, stir debater dog, green purple sea perch. Okay, so it's like a perch. That's a lot of names for one fish. Oh, they do fall in the loach family. Okay, yeah. They're really neat. Also, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have tried to get some hill stream loaches, and I've only kept one alive so far. I had a prior batch that I bought 2, and they both died. And I don't know if that was because my tank went all wonkety, but I've heard that hill stream loaches are very sensitive. So they're almost like, I don't know, angelfish or discus in the sense of like you change one thing in their environment. They're like, oh, what's this? I think I'm going to die.
Well,
So,
hill stream loaches are one of the ones that can go in cooler water. So I was doing a bunch of research on them, and one of the articles I was reading was talking about how they need, because they're, you know, glass suckers. I don't know what that's actually called, but guys that like clean stuff, they need an older tank. So if you try and put them in a new tank, it won't, they won't, there isn't enough for them to like eat and do or whatever, and that can cause problems.
hmm. That might be. I do have a lot of plecos in this tank. Like algae's not a problem, but I also will feed like wafers and try to put a well balance of food. I put
Right.
vegetables and all kinds of stuff in my tank. So, but you might be right. I might have done the temperature shock, and I'm sorry for those loaches. Really. Um, Thank.
Yeah, they're
I'm
fussy.
sorry. Let me thank everybody. Like, firstly, 14 people in here still. Thank you very much. You guys have me overwhelmed almost. Like, I just want to keep coming up with good questions so that everybody is happy with the stream and how things are going, and people saying I motivated them. My enthusiasm is great. You guys, that's awesome. Like, I had somebody tell me that tonight, and I'm about to share it in my casual aquatics group. I had a random person message me on Facebook and tell me by watching my videos, I re-inspired them to get back in the hobby. They got burnt out. They've been doing it for years and years, and they got burnt out, and they've kind of just let their tank set dormant. And then it said they watched my videos, and it like motivated them to get back in the hobby, excited them, and that's crazy. I'm a nobody, so that makes me feel super, super good. And I've seen some people in here. Richard said I inspired him to start videos. Thank you. You're good at the hobby. You're good people, so why not? I think Bob made a comment or something about the enthusiasm. Thank you. That's awesome. And with that said, I have a random question, and then I'll explain why. And I'm going to wait for all 13 people to answer. I'm going to assume everybody in here has PayPal, correct?
I think I have PayPal.
Or Venmo? PayPal
Yes,
or Venmo?
I have Venmo. I used to have PayPal. I like what Chubb said. That's what the fish fam do.
Chubb said nope. You don't have PayPal or Venmo. Trying to think. If you have Facebook, Facebook Pay. At any rate, my whole point in question for this is I seen Steen thought done it. In fact, our guest speaker up here won one of his little raffle things, and I would like to start doing something kind of that nature. If I can start getting, 7 or more people in the live stream, and y'all are actually hanging out, either answering the questions that we're asking up on the screen, or even just having real conversation in the chat. I'm not made of a lot of money by no means, but I want to try to give back and maybe inspire new people to come to the channel and whatever. So I'd like to maybe try to do, raffles or giveaways. It might not always be money. Maybe I can get your email address and talk to y'all personally and send you a fish or a plant. I try to build some dye caves and stuff like that. So I just wondered what y'all's thoughts would be, if that's something that you'd be interested in. Am I in over my head? My channel's too little, or I don't know. Have any of y'all done raffles in your channels?
I think that I haven't done a raffle. I think that they're fun and exciting, but also like I don't want you to be taking a bunch of money out of your own pocket. Like we're like, like that, like what Bob said, we're fish fam. We we're here
Right.
because we want to be. You don't have to do that stuff for us.
Right, and see, that's what makes me feel better and makes me would want to do it. It's not that I'd be able to do it all the time. I'm nobody famous. I don't have a lot of money. I work for everything that I earn, but in a sense of giving back, or maybe just once a month, randomly, hey, if I have 20 spare dollars, maybe somebody else could use that 20 spare dollars, or whatever the case is. So, I believe in karma. I believe in paying it forward. I, you know, Again, I said I was raised up with that roughneck, never having nothing, misfit, outcast, whatever upbringing, and I know what it's like not to have nothing. So if there's a
Yeah.
way that I could pay it forward, and I know I've done my wrongs in my past, so if I can make right on my own karma or whatever, like I said, once a month, maybe I'll try it, maybe not. Yes, thank you, Chubbs. You're cool, mate. That is, I appreciate everybody. 13 people. I've been going for 2 hours. What are y'all doing? Do you have work in the morning? Do you I mean, how is everybody able to be awake? I work second shift. I'm on the East Coast. It is 2:29 here, and this is my free time. Like after work, I work 3 to 11, and I stay up until about 4 o'clock in the morning. Crash out, get up around 11 to 1 o'clock, and do it all over again, day for day. Richard said he has the night off. Yeah, I'm usually when I try to stream at 6 o'clock. That kind of he's usually at work. I know some people are at work. Let me bring that question back up. What time works best for everybody to catch a live stream? And if you have somebody, okay, on Sundays, what time works best? And if you have a certain stream that you normally watch on that day at that time, I get it. I don't expect everybody to pop in always. I won't be on if Corey's on, and that's me being honest because I respect what he says and I enjoy watching his streams. But if it could be before he goes live or after he goes live, and if 6 p.m. don't work for people, then Maybe I could do it at a better time. Obviously, it is 2:30 in the morning and 12 people is hanging out for no good reason. Well, for good reason, everybody's fish family, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm starting to work with my neighbor cleaning resort apartments up the coast. Adele is
Nice.
from Australia, so it's probably what, Adele, like
Tomorrow.
9 o'clock right now there in the morning, like 9 a.m. Well, see that. Thank you, S. But that's what I mean. Sunday is my only day off, so I'm available whenever. I'll work my day off around my stream because I do care enough, not about the subs, but just about my stream and being consistent and regular. You know, I like to hang out with y'all, and I try to hang out with y'all on everybody else's. And Sunday's the only day that I can hang out with y'all on my stream. So I just try to find the best time. Your usual time works for me most of the time, especially if I have the night off. Right on. Adele is off work tomorrow. Chubbs, you're in Louisiana. I got a buddy that lives there. His name, well, he's from there. I don't know if he's currently living there right now. His name is Lead. And I think this is the proper word. Cajun? Cajun? I love y'all's accent. I think it's cool as heck. What time is it in Louisiana right now is my question. It's 4:30 p.m.
In
I don't
Australia.
know. Right. That's crazy. Yeah, because when T-Bone hops in my streams, usually when I do it at 6 p.m., he's like, "It's 9 a.m. here, mate." So yeah, I'm still trying to learn time zones. I even went as far as to like pull up world geography map or whatever, because I have a lot of subscribers from the Philippines, which I don't know how, don't know why, but I don't know their time zone. And I was gonna, I figured maybe it was like something like this. Odd hours in the morning is like afternoon hours there or something. And I'd like for a variety of different ethnicities and cultures and everything to be in this chat and around the world and learn
somebody across the globe. Oh no. I don't know. Can y'all hear me still? My headphone just died.
No,
And now
your
it's.
audio sounds better now.
Oh yeah? that's that's because I got a big mouth and I'm actually like talking to the iPad and not through this earpiece that's right there catching all of the sonic boom.
Aha.
It's 12:32 here in Colorado. T-Bone is
Yeah,
on the other side of your city. That is so cool. T-Bone is a cool mate. I remember the first time he got up on my live stream, like I just put it out there for anybody to come up, and he was so excited to show off his tanks. Like he was all stuttering around, and he backed out of the live stream like 2 or 3 times, and you could just see the smile in his face, without him directly smiling. And so T-Bone's good people. That's my mate. He's a mod. That's cool, Adele. I don't know if you guys have met in person or not, but T-Bone seems like a really cool old dude.
I agree. All right, man. I am starting to get like my brain shutting down now. I have
Oh
to get
yeah.
up for work at like 5:30 and it's 11:30 here. So I probably ought to be responsible, hop off and like go to bed. But I'll definitely probably still be lurking. It's hard to tell.
Thank you very much for coming up here. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate it.
having
It's
me.
always helpful having somebody up here to guide the streams when I draw blanks or whatever, to be able to see the chat. I appreciate you ever since we met, so to speak, through the Fish family. You've been hopping in my
Yeah,
streams. That's why I made you a mod instantly. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time and have a
thank
good night.
you.
I probably am going to be cutting this
Thank you.
here
You
soon
too.
myself.
Yeah, it's getting late. All right. I will catch you later. Thanks, everybody.
Nah, but if I go down that way, I'll definitely meet him. He's lovely. Like, is it considered a state where you live, Adele? And he on like the other side of the state, or is he literally like on the other side of the city, but the distance is super far? Yeah, everybody be sure to check out 503 Aquatics if you haven't already. She is a really sweet lady, and I appreciate her time. Keeping right. Bob, keeping a routine time is said to help grow a channel, and I agree. And that was just it, though. I randomly picked 6 o'clock, just knowing that it was after Corey's stream, and I would have time to go out, catch some dinner with my old lady, and then come back and put on my stream or attempt to. But again, it's not necessarily about the subs or growing the channel. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I'm starting to grow by just knowing y'all. I'm getting to know the Fish family, popping in y'all's streams. So if I can get that crowd versus a new sub, I would rather that. We'd have more conversation. Not that I don't want new people. The whole point is to grow the hobby and teach and learn from one another. I would love for somebody new. I seen some new names tonight, and I don't know if any of y'all know any of those names, like Clitoris. That was a trip. Um, Jenny Lynn, I don't want to say I don't know you, but I don't think we've had a lot of conversation. I think this is one of the first times I've seen you in my stream, so you're kind of new to me. Thank you. Welcome. Uh, there was like two other people that I have no idea who they are, how they found my channel. They popped in, they had a little bit of conversation. Maybe some of y'all know them. Maybe you invited them. Maybe I don't know. But to those new people, thank you very much. I hope you come back. Uh, I don't know how you found me, but I appreciate it. But yeah, like I aim to appease, please, whatever, the regular, the normal, the Fish family. And if I can grow, I can get new subs, new people to start attending my stream that don't attend y'all's stream. Guess what? Casual Aquatics is going to be like, hey, you need to go check out Kaler's Aquatics. Oh, Bob, or you need to go look at Richard's channel, or Griffin's. Like, I'm not a showboat. I'm not trying to hog it all. I'll spread the good word, and then we can all grow that way. So I want to pick the best time for the current Fish family. And if new people pop in and start coming to our streams, then that's awesome. Against the flow, hello. Thank you for popping in. You're catching us kind of near the end. I mean, I don't know what defines the end. I could go and go. 12 people in here. This is the most people I've held steady in here ever. Like, my top number has been 14 people in my live stream, but that was only for a short period and then people hopped out. We have steady kept 10 people and actually probably 11 people in here. So I must be doing something right, or everybody likes everybody in the chat. And that's what I mean. I want to know what time works for y'all, because new people are going to come and go. And if they stick around, then they'll kind of get with the program and they'll know that Bob might be going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and Chubbs, he's going to do a live stream over there on Wednesday, Louisiana Canal. Like, spread the word, grow the group, share the support. And then, if they choose to sub or not sub, well, whatever. Richard, you need to put another one out, dude. And you know what you need to do after that? You need to put another one out. And after you do that one, pause. Once you pause, go through all of your little videos and watch them yourself. And then that very next video, try to improve one thing on it. Rather video quality, sound quality, how you go about it. You are a very smart individual. You know the hobby. You're enthusiastic about it like I am. I don't know if you're just camera shy. You're not even really camera shy. I mean, you've been on my live streams. I've seen you in other live streams. But start putting them out, man. Like that's what I mean. I just put out videos. If they get views, that's awesome. And don't get me wrong, I got some proud videos. I think my best one has 6K views. That was luck. I posted that video because I had got my African butterfly, and lo and behold, Corey's next live stream or video, he started talking about African butterflies. And I swear that's where the hurrah came from. People started Googling them, YouTubing them, and my video must have popped up because it got like 6K views. But my point is, do videos because you want to. Sure, if you want the views, you do need to kind of critique yourself. You are your own worst critic, and that's good because you see it firsthand. You know what you're doing wrong or right, or rather, it's wrong or right. You know why you're doing it for that reason, and then you can explain that. I have 100 and some odd videos. Some of them are off the wall. Some still only have like 13 views. I'm okay with that. No, I know I've checked out a video or two. I need to go check your channel out on your recent one, but I know you're not the only one viewing your your videos. I don't even think YouTube reflects your views. S, I do fish. I don't get too often. The last time I went fishing, I caught me about 7 nice sized channel cat, and they were good tasting. Honestly, since I've gotten into the hobby, I question myself about eating fish. Again, I wanted to eat my pet fish, but I do like fish. But there's more to fishing than just to eat it. Like, I love the battle. I like that fight. When you snag into something big and it's just all over, you actually got to use, strength. Thank you, Adele. But yeah, I love to fish. I love catfish and bottom fishing. I don't do a whole lot of like lure fishing, bass fishing. I like bass. I like to eat it, but I'm no good at really lures. I've caught a few with them in nice size, and I'll bobber fish, but deep for again catfish or whatever. What about everybody else? Does anybody else recreationally go fishing? Or even catch release? I guess that would be recreational. Who goes fishing, catch release, and who goes fishing to eat it? I used to hate people that done catch release. I'm like, what's the point? And now I sound like an evil jerk because they're saving their lives, whereas I'm taking the fish home and eating it. Alligator is good, Chubbs. Gator is awesome. See? And when I was into fishing, like really fishing, I wasn't into YouTube. But I have seen people on YouTube going fishing, and I wonder if people would watch my channel if I did do a little of that. So my thing to you is, Richard, if you go fishing, that's when you should go live, buddy. Or you should do a video on you going fishing. Chalupa, no tomatoes, trout, walleye fishing. I eat if they are of size. Correct. I believe in the catch law. And I have never been able to fish for walleye, fast moving water and stuff. I've lived in Illinois and Indiana my whole life, so I mean I've been to a few other states, but I wasn't able to go fishing. And if I'm correct, don't walleye need like fast moving streams, white rapids and stuff like that? Wow. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have them, I guess. I wasn't expecting that.